Diaspora. The dispersion or spread of a group of people or an individual from the original homelands. In the Philippines, it started in 1972 when President Marcos declared martial law. Filipino diaspora was brought about by the peoples wanting to escape the economic and political issues of the government in the country. However, 30 years after the darkest era in the Philippine history, diaspora still exists, rampant to an extent. Have you dreamed of a white Christmas? A vision of you sipping on your hot chocolate in your thick fur coat? Have you envisioned yourselves with children with blue eyes, characteristics you've so wanted but never had? Have you daydreamed of walking on the streets of New York and working your careers into the corporate world of Wall Street? Truly, we Filipinos have been wanting what our country or race hasn't been able to give to us. Thus, the diaspora. However, as promising as it can be, diaspora has done more damage than it should have. The problems have now left us with an economy dependent on labor export. Approximately 12% of the Philippines now live overseas. Over the past years, the figures have just been rising. Every hour, around 950 migrant workers leave the Philippines, and according to the statistic by the PCP, this is performed in hopes of sending back remittances to their families and friends. And they hopefully think that they would move along with them to another country. Sadly, this economic trend has now greatly affected families and children. How many of us have parents abroad who are either working just to give us our basic needs, such as money and food? How many birthday celebrations have been rain-checked until they get back? How many Christmases and New Year's have been spent video chatting instead of gathering as one? How many little hearts of children have cried every PTC because their parents weren't able to visit them and instead were replaced by maids or older siblings? Obviously, diaspora has damaged the permanence needed to preserve the link between families. This permanence could have prevented us from devolving into our current situation, where family members are scattered at great distances, known only to each other vaguely, and consider themselves exempt from all claims of duty to one another and have forgotten their connections. The Philippines is filled with skilled and well-trained Filipinos. However, due to brain drain, they immigrate to other progressive countries for better opportunities. This tends to lower the economic state of the Philippines. Up to today, brain drain continues to exist, and if not prevented or stopped, poverty will increase. The government may impose a higher wage policy. This is due to the fact that migrants often move due to the low salary in the Philippines. The government must prioritize this to lessen the Filipinos who dream to work abroad. On the other hand, long-term solutions have to be comprehensive. When Filipinos escape a problem, they seek or look for safety in other countries, to look for refuge in neighboring countries. The government must be able to take this opportunity to gradually change the nation. Based on Benitez Chua in 2006, the diaspora of Filipino professionals is mainly related due to the performance of the Philippine economy, as well as the general feeling of the hopelessness the country is plagued with. The government may also start lowering the taxes due to the fact that this will increase incentives to start working. The government must also be aware of the limitations in tax increase because if it will exceed, tax revenues will start to decline. The Filipino diaspora, or any state of dispersal on populations, is like a desertion. Although it has its benefits, such as providing the basic needs for the family, it breaks the bond between the children and the parents. In addition, parents will have the chance to see their children attend their first day of school just for holidays or even special occasions, such as their birthdays or graduation. Furthermore, it prolongs the development of our country. Sometimes leaving is not a choice. However, coming back is. It is the citizen who decides whether or not he or she will want to come back to serve the country right. Needless to say, a borderless world doesn't preclude the idea of a home. Thank you for listening. This is Bea Deblois speaking about the issue on the Filipino diaspora. Thank you for listening.